Octonauts to Bath and Body Works. No? No? Okay, no one repeat that. What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Yujin. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is an Octonauts video, but it's also gonna be a little different. Bath and Body Works recently collaborated with the Disney princesses for an eau de parfum fragrance line sold exclusively at Bath and Body Works. If you don't know what Bath and Body Works is, it's in the name. Bath and Body Works to the name, so you could probably get an idea of what they sell. Well, at least that's one of the inspirations for this video. My other inspiration was, well, it all started when I was scrolling through TikTok and I just kind of wanted to drain my brain with some Octonauts videos, and it turns out the Octonauts fandom is extremely active, but I also kind of realized that people who liked the Octonauts when they were kids, most of those fans are grown up now, and with Octonauts being regarded as a kids show, there really isn't much for the older fans or the longtime fans to really get behind, and we kind of have to do it ourselves. Like with fan arts and edits, it really shows that the fandom is still alive, but every now and then we kind of deserve something with Octonauts. So that's how I came up with the idea of an Octonauts eau de parfum line. So for starters, the eau de parfum line would be affordable, something easy to get within price range, nothing too expensive or exclusive. Basically everyone can get, but this is mostly targeted towards the longtime fans or the grown-up fans who've watched Octonauts ever since it aired on Disney Junior or BBC, wherever you are. All of the scents can be used by either gender, men and women. Makes sense because Octonauts has boys and girls in their team. I came up with scents for each member of the Octonauts, and I made sure that the scents made sense. Not only did I want to tell a story with the scents, but I also wanted to, give a little callback to the fans who have a huge knowledge of Octonauts. They would look at the scents and be like, oh, that does make sense. Here, I drew out the designs in my sketchbook. It looks so basic, so I'll just call it a prototype. Here are the scents. Can you see very well? Okay. I tried to make it be barnacles in the front, like front to back, but it obviously didn't work. But all of the fragrances are going to be the same size as the barnacles one. Cap and the spray bottle part, and of course the Octonauts logo because it's an Octonauts collab, the member's name, and their scent. Kicking it off with Barnacles, his bottle is blue. For his scent, I thought of peppermint cocoa. I feel like the cold, refreshing, chilly air of the Arctic would complement the peppermint very well. And for Cocoa, it's the hot cocoa aboard the Octopod, which reminisces of his found family of the Octonauts, how they always like to celebrate a completed mission with a cup of hot cocoa at the end of the day. It's like so warm and cozy, like family. For Quasi, his bottle is orange and his scent is coconut and lime. When you spray Quasi scent, you're gonna be smelling like a margarita. I chose coconut because the reference to the coconut crabs, and the lime is reminiscent of the Amazon in South America where we met Calico Jack and we had that whole adventure. I'm sure Quasi would love the smell of margarita. I mean, imagine if you were a Quasi stan and you bought his eau de parfum and you spray it almost every day and everyone's like, oh wow, he or she smells like a margarita. Suddenly I want to get up and dance the salsa. I'm sure Quasi would enjoy that very, very much. Now on to Peso. Peso's bottle is silver. I didn't want to go with black or white because it doesn't make it stand out. The other Octonauts have all these colorful bottles, but Peso is just black and white. I just went with silver because at least it gives a little bright pop. Cinnamon and musk. I guess the extreme procedures that he does on animals sometimes, that they give a little kick, and because he has that action in him but he's too afraid to show off some of that action because he just wants to be safe. Musk is earthy, and I kind of gained inspiration from his penguin cousins. Some penguins don't live in cold climates, some live in very warm climates, and I kind of wanted to be inclusive with his penguin cousins. Next up is Shellington. Shellington was kind of an easy one to do. Shellington's bottle is purple. Honestly, I think purple would look good on Shellington. I did want to put in some of his Scottish heritage in it with cherry and birch. It has no relation to the show at all, but I did want to include Shellington's culture in this one. I think birch smells like the Highlands of Scotland, and the cherry, the little sweetness and tartness. But now that I think of it, the tartness of the cherry could be Shellington's clumsiness and bad driving skills, and the sweetness could be, I guess, just his cuteness and caring for creatures. Moving on to Dashi. Her bottle is pink. Her scent is peony and sea salt. Peony because she's a very feminine floral girl, and sea salt because she is a surfer, and so she's definitely used to the salty smell of the ocean waves, but also the treachery of those big waves potentially knocking her out, and she gets a mouthful of sea salt. That took a dark turn, didn't it? Sorry. But yeah, sea salt because it reminisces of her surfer background, and I think it'll pair well with the floral peony. And now for Tweak. Tweak's bottle is green, of course. Now, Tweak is a little complicated because even though the name is on there, it's not the exact scent because of obvious reasons. Her scent is Swamp Lily. Swamp Lily because she's from the Everglades, of course, but swamps do not really have a nice smell to them. I looked it up, and apparently most swamps smell like rotten eggs because of the swamp gas, but then it's like, this is the Everglades. So do the Everglades also smell like rotten eggs? Obviously we can't have a rotten egg smell in an eau de parfum, because I can't even imagine it right now because it's so gross. For the swamp element, I experimented with herbs, specifically chives, dill, and Russian sage because they go well with lilies. And the lily smell is just lily. Very strong and very fragrant. Smells really good too. And now for Inkling, and I think his fragrance is very interesting. Inkling's bottle is a dark pink in contrast to Dashi, which is more of a light pink. I wanted it to smell like his library, or at least smell like a book. His scent is vanilla and sandalwood. Sandalwood because it's the closest that it would smell like paper in a book, and vanilla because his love for tea and desserts. If you can't tell, I'm smelling the book. I think the perfume would smell better. And last but certainly not least, we have Tunip. Tunip's scent is a simple butter cookie. I was gonna put vanilla pudding, but vanilla was already taken by Inkling and I didn't want to use the same scent twice. I wanted everyone to be different and unique. I wanted to stop at the Octonauts, but at the same time, I wanted to include the Vegemals, because the Vegemals are very cute and everyone in the fandom loves them, and the Vegemals can be marketable, and honestly I love them too. It would just break my heart not to include the Vegemals. I decided to improvise and make eau de Vegemal, just like the perfumes but mini versions. Very cute and travel sized, just like the Vegemals. So here's Tunip's fragrance. The normal sized one, his color is bright yellow, of course, just like him. And here are the eau de Vegemals with the main 5 Vegemals colors and scents, starting with Tunip and the mini butter cookie. Then we have Gruber, the purple one. His scent is caramel apple because of those apple cakes in Very Vegemale Christmas, and caramel because of his love for sweets. For Barrett, his scent is ginger and orange cake. He's light on his feet and he's always running all over the place. I mean, you should see him in action in the Ring of Fire movie when he was evacuating all the seaweed. And ginger, just like Peso's cinnamon, it gives a real kick, gives a real pow. Orange because, well, he's orange, but the orange to also complement the ginger very well. Tomino, I chose a simple flavor, but also something very sweet and delicious. I chose cheesecake. Very simple and basic because we don't really know anything about Tomino. She's very sweet and soft like a cheesecake, and her voice is just so cute, it makes my heart melt. And for Kaddish, the pink one, the Shellington of the group basically, I chose a very interesting flavor to highlight his clumsiness. I chose lemon pepper tart. Now, before the idea of desserts for the Vegemals came into play, I stuck with lemon pepper for Kaddish because, of course, Kaddish, he probably wouldn't get the memo and just put in any flavors without even realizing that it was sweet. But then I looked it up and it turns out there is indeed a lemon pepper dessert. Lemon tart with black pepper, something like that. So I guess you could say Kaddish's clumsiness does actually turn out well in the end. And I wanted to kind of bring that theory in to the eau de parfum. I hope it's worth it. Okay, so I think that's all I have for today, but let me know in the comments what you guys think about the Octonauts eau de parfum fragrance line, and which of the Octonauts fragrances and eau de vegemal fragrances you will be buying. Personally, I think I would purchase Dashi's Peony and Sea Salt and Tomino's Cheesecake, or for something more rustic, deep, and robust, I would probably choose Shellington's Cherry and Birch. Or maybe I could choose all of them for specific scenarios. If I'm going to a party in the summer, I would choose Quasi's Margarita. Or if I was going to a winter festival, I would choose Barnacles' Peppermint Cocoa. Or maybe if it's just an ordinary day, but I still want to feel good about myself, I would choose Inkling's Vanilla and Sandalwood. But yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. In the meantime, be sure to check out my new single, Angel, on all streaming platforms. It's a love song, a song about love, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, this is your girl Yujin, signing off. Peace!
Give me that, give me that, give me all your loving. Give me that, give me that, give me all your loving. Not enough, give me more of your loving.